Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are returning with the original hello. I've seen a couple of you comments saying, please can you go back to the old way of you introducing your videos? And for those of you who are new here, I do like this all the time. I always used to say, hey guys, hey guys, hey guys, welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back. So I do this action with my hands and then I stopped because I thought it was a bad thing, but I'm gonna embrace it. I'm gonna go with the flow. Welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Natasha Vilaseca and I am a LinkedIn consultant. However, on this channel, I speak about a few different topics such as entrepreneurship, business, mindset, sales, obviously the LinkedIn stuff as well. You might have noticed that I've started uploading vlogs every other week. So now it's 4 uploads a month. 2 of them are going to be these sit down LinkedIn videos, and then 2 of them are going to be kind of day in the life, more behind the scenes stuff. There's a little bit of business in there, but mainly just like lifestyle, what I'm up to. So yeah, this video, I actually want to go into the 4 different traits that buyers search for in salespeople. So the 4 traits that are kind of ranked highest when it comes to importance of what a buyer will search for when they are being engaged with. Now, the last video that I did on LinkedIn was all about buyer first principles, the 5 principles that can enable you to become a buyer first seller. This is actually, like, today's video is based on further research that I did around the buyer first stuff, and they've essentially ranked the different traits in terms of what's important to have as a salesperson. I'm going to run through them. This isn't going to be a super long video, it's just all this content that is coming out from LinkedIn. I think this channel is a really good place, sorry about the dogs barking, is a really good place to keep you guys up to date and kind of be like a little LinkedIn news outlet. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1 is active listening. I'm going to hit you with a quick fact. Did you know that prospects on the average sales call only account for 25% of the talking? Let that sink in, because as a big talker, I can say this is definitely something which I have had to develop as a skill as my experience has kind of grown, as time has gone by. I've been taking sales calls now for the past 4 years or so. I'm still improving, there's always a long way to go. However, active listening and not overwhelming the buyer with expertise and facts and knowledge. And how I used to think selling worked was most effective is if I show why I know everything, why I'm the best. So I used to just overwhelm the person who's listening to me with information and statistics and facts, instead of actually listening and asking open-ended questions which allowed them to kind of take a step towards me and tell me where they were at and what kind of solution they were looking for. And it was more of like it's now like a teamwork thing instead of just one-sided pushing from the seller's side. So active listening, number 1, understand, evaluate, recall, and respond instead of just thinking, what's the next thing I'm gonna say? Number 2 is problem solving. Now, the best way to do this is through asking questions. Now, a lot of sellers think that when we get reasons from a buyer as to like why they're not buying, we think it's just an objection and we see it as something that we need to overcome. So we need to kind of like go against that and tell them why they're wrong and why our product's still really good. Instead, the frame and like the shift that we need to take is, instead of just seeing everything as an objection that you need to go against and overcome and kind of disprove in a way, is actually thinking, well, the buyer is focused on their issues. If they're bringing something up, it can be a smoke screen some of the time, but a lot of the time it might actually be coming from a place of, this is my problem. I don't want you guys to tell me just why this is a problem. I don't want you to just tell me another great thing about your product which is irrelevant and you're just trying to like list all these amazing things. Instead, what the buyer really wants to hear is how your product can solve that problem. So ask questions, figure out what the problem is, try and isolate the problem, and then have a think about which part of your product or your service can actually help the buyer solve the problem. That is the best way to kind of like wrap this up and solve the problem in the first place. It sounds kind of obvious, but it's a trap that we all fall into. 38% of buyers listed this trait as one of the most important things a salesperson can have. Confidence. Now, I don't mean confidence in your ability to sell. However, that does come across in your body language, your tone of voice. So that is something that is important. However, In this sense, confidence means the confidence that you have as a salesperson in your ability to solve the problem that the buyer has. So, I mean, this is like, let's just make it really simple. If you don't believe it yourself, why would anybody else? If you come across that you're not fully confident that you can help this buyer and help them solve the problem, then the buyer's not going to have any confidence in you either. And this kind of comes from truly believing that you can solve the issue, because there's no point in pretending that you can solve all the problems and then you get the money in the bank or you close the sale and then the follow-up and the actual delivery sucks, because then you're going to have an unhappy buyer, you're going to have a high churn rate, and it just doesn't solve any problems overall. So actually believing that your service or your product can solve the buyer's problem is the best kind of confidence that we want to find, and that is skill number 3. Trait number 4 is relationship building. Now, I have gone into this one quite a lot in the Buyer First Principles video, so I'm not going to drone on too long about it. However, the fact that you need to know is 80% of buyers listed this being important in terms of being able to view their seller as a trusted advisor. That's what you want to strive for. So honesty, transparency, communications, basically the fundamentals of any healthy relationship. It's the same with this. A lot of the time you can kind of extrapolate traits that are important when it comes to your interpersonal relationships and apply it to sales. You should actually view this as an interpersonal relationship as well. Like, it's you and another person. It doesn't have to just be surface level kind of metrics when it comes to like close rate, KPIs, all that stuff, which are important. However, see these people as people, not numbers, and that's going to help you kind of complete number 4. So that is everything for this video. I can't remember if I said 5 traits at some point, but there were 4 in total. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it valuable. I'm actually going to leave a link to the article on the LinkedIn sales blog in the comments down below. As always, please leave your video suggestions and requests down below. Like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the vlog, which will come next week.